I am always interested to work with you guys, Stars of Science. It's lovely to meet you. And
Thank you.
First off, wishing you the best of luck for all things. So, you've already been working on your brand, right?
Yes.
So you've already thought a little bit about it, or thought a lot about it, because I saw that the brands were quite well developed already. And I think what I'm here to do is to build the understanding of how a brand works. Kings and queens used to wear a ring, and they used it to brand their identity years ago. Why it is such a thing, and why is it so important? The difficult part about branding is it's a really complex design challenge, because there are thousands of brands out there. So we're looking at the brand as a powerful tool, yes. And we're asking, what does a brand actually say? Because it has a conversation with everybody. And weirdly, the conversation is not the same for everybody. So when you are designing a brand, or you're having somebody create a brand for an object that you've made, or a company that you have to know your product, your company, and you have to think about a lasting brand. So a brand is a name. Naming, I don't know if you know this, but naming a company or naming a product, there are whole companies that do this. And it can take up to a year to name a company, to get the right name, to hit it in the market in the right time, with the right language, with the right feeling. But you know this, because Apple was a really odd name. Orange, a company called Orange. Who thought? Orange. And then there was Google and Yahoo.
Yeah.
I mean, when they started, we were thinking, because now I'm pretty old, I remember when they started. We were thinking, oh my goodness, what a name. What a crazy name to call something Google. And now it is part of our life in such a clear way, but they did very good market research. And you guys are doing that right now, right? You have to design a logotype, and it has to be a good brand. So luckily, you really know your product, and you really know your audience well, so you can work fast. With a brand, the idea of a brand, you have to have a meaningful image. It has to mean something, but it also has to be incredibly simple. Because when somebody looks at a brand, how long do they look at it? They're not going to sit there and find the umbrella and the rain and the person and the dot and the desk and the mouse, and they're not. They're going to look fast. So you better get it right the first time. So let's say you walk around with a brand outfit, and now the brands are all over it, right? I mean, you're like a walking advertisement, right? But it also tells you who you are. And that's why people buy those things. They tell you and the whole world they can afford it, they like it, it identifies them, it's clearly me. Yeah? So I don't wear brands. I don't, because I'm a designer and I know exactly what it does. So you can fight this, or you can wear it. Yeah, proud. Most people, almost all people, know a lot about branding because our environment is saturated with brands. But what I think they needed to do was to look at the characteristics that they wanted to acquire in the brand to enable the communication to be unique and clear. And so filling out the form with the list of the qualities that they were searching for, and then looking at the brand that they've been working on to see if those qualities were actually embedded in the brand, was, I think, the most interesting part. So does it have all the characteristics that you marked?
The logo itself, I marked heritage because the zucchini is somehow traditional, but I don't think that this reflects the traditional feel.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to look fashionable and
Yes,
new.
and modern.
Yeah.
Okay. So you should say traditional little.
Yeah.
Like tell yourself that it's only traditional a little bit.
Little, yes.
Yes. What is the shadow under here?
Like you say, you are highlighting the zucchini, which is kind of fashionable. So you're shedding the light on the zucchini.
It's very tiny.
Yeah.
And when the mark is this small on a business card,
Wouldn't show.
it's dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah? Looks like a little smudge.
Yeah.
So either make it stronger or lose it. Yeah? It might be more interesting to take the core and take a shape, like the core, whatever shape it cores, and pull that down a little bit so that you can see that it is actually coring the zucchini.
Yeah.
And it might give you that same feeling of standing on stage.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
It's local in our countries in the Middle East.
It doesn't feel very local. It feels very global.
Yeah.
And that might be okay with you
Yeah, no problem. It's not necessary for it to be.
to feel.
Yeah.
Because if it was local, I would imagine it to be a little more decorative. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that it's global.
Yeah.
Has a global feel.
Maybe after planning to develop it to more than zucchinis, and then it might become global.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want you to try one more thing with this logo.
Okay.
And that is to change the weight of this.
Reduce it.
Make it smaller and make it slightly bolder, and it will jump to connect better with this. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Go for it. Put all of it together. And when you speak about, remember that in the end, the things that people remember are how you connect all the parts together. So try not to speak about the product and the brand and the this all separately. Just try to tie them together, and they will get it, that it's all, that you've thought about it as a complete system.